Hey, this is Rich O'Neill with Elite Functional Performance here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And December is a pretty special month for us. We participate in Deadcember, which is a program designed by Sorenex Exercise Equipment nearby here in South Carolina. And it features the deadlift as the primary exercise movement for a month-long pulling party, and we love it. So it started early on for me. I was always been a fan of the deadlift. It's been one of my favorite exercises just because it always made me feel really strong. It was an exercise I could always do at a pretty high level. So early on in my strength training career, it was one of the exercises that I always turned to as a primary compound movement for power. And then I had met my fitness mentor out in Boulder, Colorado, early in 2004, Sam Iannetta. And he really instilled within me a very deep appreciation for the deadlift as the most foundational and functional movement that humans perform on a regular basis. When you think about it, we're constantly throughout the course of our lives picking things up off the floor. And if we do that with a spinal position that's not braced through the core, and we do that with angles in our hips and our spine that are not optimal, we get into trouble. And we're seeing that in our modern society by how people are coming apart at the seams because of bad back and stiff hips. And really, if they learn to deadlift correctly and plug in the principles of how to move the body through that movement pattern and through that sequence, they'd avoid a lot of trouble. And we build structural strength that'll carry through a lifetime. So we really appreciate the deadlift now as not just a foundational exercise movement that serves a lot of principles for how we raise and lower our center of mass through a lifetime, but from the standpoint of exercise itself, it's blowing people's strength through the roof. And when we use that as the primary exercise within a program, and like Deadcember, we use that as the primary exercise through the entire month-long program, we get to the point where we're blowing, our strength training guys are blowing their personal records out through the roof at the end of the month, and our everyday folks are realizing that the 40-pound bag of dog food they got to lift up is no big deal. So the deadlift crosses over and transfers into our functional patterns and takes people's strength goals through the roof, and man, you can't lose, but you got to do it right. So today's workout, he's got something called Joker's Wild. So I've been given the weight that I have to do for each of my sets in today's workout, but I'm gonna use this deck of cards right here to draw the number of reps that I'm gonna do per set. So I gotta draw 4 cards, and each card is gonna have the amount of reps that I do with each set, beginning at a certain percentage of my 1 rep max and moving upward. So my first card is gonna be, I knew it was gonna be 10. For my second set today, I'll be doing, for my third set of deadlifts today, I'll be drawing that many reps. And then for my heaviest set of the day, I'm gonna be doing that many reps. Let's check that. For my last set of the day, my heaviest set, I'm gonna be doing that many reps. All right, so we got the game plan now, time to get after it.
These guys.
Well, that's a wrap for today's workout. It's always great when we make it to the end in one piece. Now, if getting better with deadlifts or learning some of the technique stuff related to deadlifts is something that you're interested in, be sure to reach out to us through our Facebook page or any of our social media outlets, or you can leave us a message directly through our website, elitefunctionalperformancect.com. And if you're interested in building a program around the deadlift or having any sort of power output brought into your workouts, we can help with that as well. And be sure to keep up with us on Instagram through the holidays to keep track of what we got going on here with our deadlifts.